Hey, Shalom Watkins, Rakam Kapash from Jim London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Chakadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the whole Codex, pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. Uh, just gonna, jump on this, these IEYC cats and, these stupid statements, you know, these guys made. And anybody else with stupid statements, man. I might get on these different stupid statements, you know. But IAYC was saying just recently, that we can't hate Esau. Like that's even like a logical thing, not to do. Right? This guy's the devil. He's the wicked. He's the one that's making, or one being used to make our lives a living hell. For the hardships and that. His rulership, his system, right, is adversely against the Israelites, and you're saying that we shouldn't hate them, or we can't hate them just because we can't, because we can't really hate them, right? Like he was trying to make it sound right, because you know we have to deal with this devil every day. Most of us work for him. I've got to see his porky pig face, right? And we got to be cordial with him, because he pays us, right? He gives us the ability to buy food. He keeps the electricity running and shit, right? But that's just simply not true. All right. And as I think it was Elder Apostle Cabal, Elder Apostle Randall, who I was watching, and they made a very extremely good point, right? That the Most High, He's the one that provides us all these things. He's the one that provides us with our daily bread, right? And it comes through through these different means, right? And Esau is one of those means. Our enemies is one of those means for us to be able to get things, to work for His jobs and and whatever. It's the Lord that give us the ability to receive these things, right? Not Esau. Everyone giving fucking Esau too much fucking credit and shit. Oh, he gonna be a good guy because he giving people jobs. He giving Jake jobs. He gonna be a good guy. No, these motherfuckers are still the devil, man. Right? So stop giving him fucking credit. It's the Messiah that is taking care of you. Yahweh Shai that is taking care of you, man. Okay, making that enemy at peace with us, right? But we've been commanded to do the same, right? To be peaceable, right? But at the same time, know who our enemy is, man. This guy is our enemy, and we do have the right to hate him, right? But right now, our hate has to be contained. Yes, we can't hate on the level of the Most High hates Esau, because he of a different spirit, is a different level. His anger towards the Edomites is greater than our own. But that don't mean we can't hate them, fucker. That don't mean we can't hate these devils, man, for everything they've done to us, to our people. All the wickedness that they do in the earth. You don't mean we can't hate them. That's just stupid, man. Right? And there's this, point of this lesson, because I said Elder Apostle Gabar or Ramlab made that extremely great point. But I wanted to, tackle it from a different side, I guess. Right? Because there's something I was thinking about when I heard it, because at the end of the day, the Mosai, even though he hates Esau, we know that for fact, right? iOS even brought that out, right? But even though the Lord hates him, right now he's being shown favor from the Most High, because they're in rulership, right? Esau living it up. These elites of Esau are living it up out here, man. Right? Is that because the Lord loves them? No. No. Lord don't love them. But it's just their time. The Lord is setting them up. Right? The same way we're setting them up. Okay? We are Jacob, are we not? So we supplant the fuck out of these fuckers, man. Right? But yeah, let's get into this. Get into the lesson, man. So I'm gonna start off here with Psalms 139, verse 21. So do not. I hate. This is David, by the way. Okay, King David. Right? It says, "Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee." We know Esau, he's the devil, right? He hate the Most High. Hates his word, his laws, his ways, right? Esau wants to change everything, man, to how he sees fit. So he's out here destroying everything, man, and doing the most wickedness, right? So are we not supposed to hate that? Of course, because we love the Most High's ways. We hate the ways of Esau, right? So do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee. So we hate them that hate the Lord, man, right? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? Are we not grieved? Of course we are. We're vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, like just Lot, right? This place grieves us, man. So of course we hate this devil. And we hate these heathens for all the abominations that are going on around us, man. So I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. They are our enemies, man. All these nations are our enemies. Okay, beginning with Esau. All right. So we have the right to hate Esau and these other nations. All right. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." Right? We're sheep in this world, man. This is not our world. We're not in power. Right? We are subject to the powers that be. Okay, i.e. Esau. This is his world. All right? And what did Yahushua tell us? Right? He told us, "Be ye therefore, because of this reason, because we're in the midst of wolves, people that are looking to destroy us, right? Oppress us, right? It says, be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." All right, we're asked to be smart about things, to understand our situation, our current situation and what it means, right? That's why we live life, most of the time in Clark Kent mode, as we used to say, right? We don't make all our intentions known. We don't make all our feelings known to the enemies that are around us, because that's just the smart thing to do or not to do, right? So we're wise as serpents and harmless as doves, meaning we ain't out here just because we hate the fucker or these people, right? And we're out here trying to do harm to everybody that we hate, or to all our enemies. We're not trying to do that. That's not our time to do that. We're not in power to do that. When we're in power, we get to do that. Because damn sure, damn straight that will be happening in the kingdom. But as of this moment in time, we have no power, right? We are the sheep. We're not the wolves. Okay, we are the prey. Okay, Esau and these other nations are the predators. So we got to move smart when when we're moving around these predators, man. People that can destroy us and can do us harm, right? It's just a simple understanding of us of the situation, man. Okay, it don't mean you don't get to hate. You don't have to hate, or we can't hate just because Esau give you a job and because you go in and you say hi to your boss or whatever. It don't mean shit. These men are being supplanted, bro. They don't know it, but we know it because we know they're the enemy. They don't know that we're their enemy. A lot of these minds don't know shit. Right? Only the elites really know what's going on out here, man. Most of these, it's a peons, they don't know shit, man. And that their time's coming. Right? So this is Genesis 27, verse 36. And he said, okay, this is what Isaac said to Esau, right? After Jacob received the blessing, right? And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. Sorry, this is what Esau says, Lakia. For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. Okay, and we are Jacob, right? We are rightly called Jacob because that's how we got to live, man. Right? We got to supplant to survive in this world. All right, so we supplant our enemies. Okay, make things favorable for us, or try to get make the best out of a situation, man. Because things rarely go our way in this world. Everything is against us. This whole system is against us, man. So we supplant to make things more favorable for us, right? So if that means you go into work, you get on well with your bosses, you get on well with your colleagues, they ain't got a bad thing to say about you, because why should they? You ain't done nothing to them, right? Then that's what you do. And through these things, guess what? You might get the day off you need. You know, you might get the overtime that you wanted. Just these simple little stupid things, okay, that work out for you. The Lord make a way for that to happen. Just because you heard the commandment, man, you've been wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Now your enemies have got no, at work at least, have no real quarrel against you, because as far as they're concerned, you're a good worker or whatever. You're a decent guy. Not knowing that, in time to come soon, that, you're going to put these mans in chains. If not Jake, That's just what it is. It's Romans 12 verse 17. Right? So he's got here, recompense to no man evil for evil, right? So we're not out here doing the most because evil is being done to us, man. Because evil is done to us, man. But, sometimes you feel like you want to go in a rage and do something crazy. Man, put a parking fine on your car, man, you get vexed, you wish you could fine, man, and and whatever, man. But we feel like this sometimes, we get mad, But as you read earlier, to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Okay, we're not out here to be losing our cool, man, not losing our shit, and to be doing GBH and grievous bodily harm on people and whatever. Right, we need to try and stay cool, calm, and collected as best we can, right? Which is not always possible because the spirit does what it does. But this is what we're trying to aim for, to keep that balance, that zen or whatever, or whatever, man. But it says recompense to no man evil for evil, right? Provide things honest in the sight of all men. That's what we're commanded to do. So yeah, it seems like we're just we're being nice or whatever, being compliant or whatever, however you want to put it, right? Yeah, so it seems that way because that's what we're commanded to do. We ain't at him going around the street mean mugging people and shoving grannies off and all this kind of stuff, man. We're just getting on with the shit we got to do, man, knowing that we're living in hell, okay, hoping and believing that we're going to get out of this place soon. So that's how we go on in this world, right? So verse 18, if it be possible, like I said, sometimes the spirit do what it do, man. If it be possible, as much as life in you, okay, in your spirit, live peaceably with all men. So that includes our enemies. It includes the devil, okay, Esau. It includes these other heathens, right? So we're not out here to be, like I said, projecting that hatred in their everyday lives like that. Okay, teaching is a different matter, because the truth must come out. Okay, we're out here teaching. Okay, but when you're on, when you're working on a plantation, man, just do your fucking work, man. But that don't mean we don't sit there and meditate terrorism, man, because we do. But I always say, oh, you can't hate Esau because he'll give you your paycheck and all this kind of business. He give you the housing. So the fuck what? The Most High provided those things for us, man. He's just, Esau's just the sucker that is being used to provide us these things. As the scriptures say, we should want, one of all things. Let me find that. Right, Deuteronomy 28 verse 48 says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies. Right, we're in service of our enemies right now. We're in captivity under Esau, under these other nations, right? Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. So he provides us the food, right? He got his corporations You know, providing us all this food, GMO food, all types of food, right? All this fucked up shit, right? To feed us, right? First, he controlled the water. So he controlled the water. He controlled the food. He controlled the water, and clothing, the nakedness, right? And that enclosed shelter, right? Esau runs it all, man. So what the fuck do you want us to do? You know what I mean? You know, if Esau offering you fucking free housing and benefit you've got, you think you're not gonna take that? Could you fucking take it, man? Is he still the devil? Yes, he's still the fucking devil, man. You know, he gonna get what's coming to him, man. Right? Be down with that, right? So it says that therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in the want of all things. That is the position that we're in, man. So there is no avoiding it. Okay, yes, we need Esau to provide us these things, but ultimately it's the Most High that's providing these things through Esau, through these other nations. That does not make them not our enemies, you know? So in the want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay, which he did. So yeah, we get to hate him for that. Because he put that yoke and that heavy affliction upon us, man. All right. Once I finish with. All right, so yeah, back in Romans 12, verse 19, now, so dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves. Right, so like I said, you know, when things happen to us, right, when Esau is, you know, is putting it hard on you, right? Pause, right? It's not for us to go out and avenge ourselves right now. It's not the time for us to avenge ourselves, right? Obviously, there's some instances, obviously, you know, defensive, all that kind of stuff. You know, you do what you got to do. But in general, you know, we're not out here to avenge ourselves of anything, right? We're waiting for the Lord to present us that opportunity to, right? I.e., when we get the power to do these things. All right. So, dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, right? You have to give place, right? For it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Lord. All right. So, their time will come, and the Lord will use us at some point to deliver that vengeance. So, we know this, but it's something that we have to wait for, right? It's not something we can just do. We have to. Everything's in the power and the hand of the Heavenly Father, right? So, which leads me to this: 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 6. Let me start from 4 and 3. Right, it says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. Okay, our battle is not a fight, is not a physical fight that we're having to, you know, compete with here. It's not a physical fight. We ain't got a strong arm, Esau. All right. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds. Right, it's this truth, this spiritual warfare that we're fighting is what's really doing the job. Most High is really doing the job, right? Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, right? So that's that hatred to those that do wickedly, man, right? Hating them with a perfect hatred, right? Those that are against the Heavenly Father, right? So and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai, and having it in a readiness to revenge all disobedience. So we're ready to. That anger is there. That frustration, that hatred is there for our enemies. But it says when your obedience is fulfilled, and we've been told to wait and be patient. You know, we can't do nothing until that time comes, until the Lord returns and gives us the power to take down our enemies. All right. So don't mean you don't get to hate. You don't have to hate Esau. You don't get to hate Esau. You don't, you know, that he shouldn't be hated or whatever. That's not. I mean, it's just stupid. People make stupid statements, man. And it just shows you they have no understanding, right? Romans 9 and 13 says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Okay, the Most High has said this, and we all know this, right? The Most High hates Esau. We know this for a fact. All right. Matthew chapter 5 verse 45 says this, And although this is speaking, concerning Israelites, right? This verse here shows you something, right? Matthew 5:45 says this, that ye may be children of your Father which is in heaven, the Most High Yahweh, right? For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and the good, right? And you expand this to the whole world, right? There's good and evil in this world, people-wise, right? Evil comes from people, but the Most High provides for all people: the sun, the rain, food, everything, because that's what it is, right? That's how things work. It doesn't mean that he don't hate them, because right now he got Esau up in up in the up in palaces right now. He got him in rulership right now. These elites are living sensually, man, right? Voluptuously on a day-to-day basis, right? So the Lord is still providing for them. He's the one that's given them these things, but the Lord still hates them. So you can say, well, the Lord's being nice. He can't really hate them. He's being nice to them. The same kind of argument you're making, for us, that you can't hate Esau because he's being nice. Because we're being nice, because we gotta be nice to him. It don't mean shit. Let's say the Most High nice to our enemies as well. For now. For now, Because the Most High just setting them up, man. The Lord's supplanting them. Okay, He give them that full sense of security. Because they're living it up right now, and they don't look like there's no way they can be brought down. The Lord's still gonna bring them down. Right? So your logic is flawed, man. You don't understand. Right? And we're just acting in the same way on a lower level. We're a piece of our enemies. We supplant to get by. Leaving Esau feeling like, yeah, he's an alright dude. And yeah, we are alright dudes, man. But don't think it's gonna exempt you from chains and judgment when it's time. So of course we hold these things in our inward parts, that our anger and our hatred and all that kind of stuff. We have to hold it in. We have to be disciplined, right? But don't mistake that for friendliness, for sincerity towards our enemies. It's not the same. All right. So so if he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good, and sendeth rain on the just and on the unjust, right? That's what the Most High ultimately does to all, right? In Psalm 75 verse 6, it says, for promotion cometh neither from the east nor the west nor from the south, but God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So anytime he sets somebody up, he's showing them favor. Obviously the person or people that are getting put down, obviously, they're catching evil from the Most High, but it's the Most High. When he set up one to rule, he's showing them favor. Doesn't mean he likes them. It's just part of a bigger plan. We do things in that bigger plan. It's Daniel 5:21, and he was driven from the sons of men, this is Nebuchadnezzar, and his heart was made like the beast, and his dwelling was with wild asses, and they fed him with grass like oxen, and his body was wet with the dew of heaven. So he knew that the Most High God ruled in the kingdom of men, and that he appointeth over it whomsoever he will, right? So yeah, he's appointed these Edomites in power, and with that comes benefits to being in power, but there's also consequences to their wicked rule, which the Lord is going to reveal to them in due time, right? Because that's what they were set up for. They were set up ultimately to fail. So because they're not righteous, they've always been the wicked. So same with these other heathens, they were set up to fail. So it's not that the Lord appointed them because they were righteous and that they were good and the Lord loves them and all that kind of business. Because really, who does he want in the power seat? His son. He wants him to rule over the earth, right? And by extension, the Israelites, beginning with the elect, right? He wants them to rule over the earth because we were made to be the righteous. Okay, but at the same time, the Lord's jacked us up, right? It doesn't mean he hates us. He's angry with us, yeah, for sure. Has been angry with us for a long time. hence all the chastisement. But, the mercy is there for us, right? And the true feelings of the Lord is going to be made clear when the Lord brings judgment against all the nations, man, beginning with Esau, and exalts the children of Israel, beginning with our Lord Yahweh Shai. That's when you're going to understand the Lord's true feelings, right? Just as these heathens are going to understand ours, right? As Isaiah 26 verse 10 said, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness, right? So I said the Most High is showing favor to the wicked, right? He's giving them dominion. But they will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. And Esau doesn't. Esau does not, right? Hence why he's going to be destroyed. So just to cap it off, right? This is Malachi 1 and verse 2. It says, I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I love Jacob, right? So like I read in Romans, right? And I hated Esau and laid these mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, right? So the Lord is going to allow them to build, show them favor. He's going to let them do it, all right? Just to set them up, but just to, to break their shit down again, right? So they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So even though the Lord has this deep, deep hatred that we can't possibly fathom, that we can't even possibly emulate, right? The Lord still showed them favor, right? And allowed them to rule and to have his way with us, to oppress us. The Lord let it happen, right? So the Lord was being nice to them. It don't mean we can't be nice to Esau now. Okay, knowing what his true intent is, or what our true intent is. So yeah, you can hate Esau, man, and we should, right? But right now, as I mentioned earlier, we are wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with being nice and supplying Esau. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Don't let them make you feel that you're being a cop out for being nice to Esau or these other heathen men. Because the Most High is to our benefit. The Most High have us supplant these nations to our benefit, to help us, man. The Lord provide that way for us. The Lord provide us, or give us the ability to be able to do that. So the Lord can bless us with something, And like I say, it might not always happen, Sometimes you're going to make enemies that, you can't deal with, man. That's why it's, as much as be in you, be peaceful with all men. There's some people, we meet in life, we just can't deal with. Yeah? Spirits we can't, get on with or whatever, man. Yeah, that's the case, isn't it? But like I said, man, we're here in captivity, man, so we got to be smart. We can't be, going around like lions and that, because we're not in this world. Right? Like I mentioned, we're sheep amongst wolves. Right? So we got to move a particular way as not to be spotted, so to speak. Right? To be targeted. All right? But it don't mean you don't hold that feeling, that resentment in your heart, in your mind. So yeah, I'm going to end it there. Lord, when this has been edifying. And, just these stupid statements. There's another one that come out listening to yesterday. Was it Sakari? Someone from Sakari talking about hats again. about being able to wear hats or not being able to wear hats. Maybe I'll do another video on that one. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna say shalom. I'll get to the plantation for Esau. I've got to be nice and try and get a day off work next week. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go do that. And see what happens, if the Lord bless it or not. Yeah, so till next time, man, I'm gonna say shalom, man. Shalom.